there, stranger. How are you doing?
Am I a stranger now?
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a stranger. We still talk every so often.
You're a stranger to me. You got a Switch. We've played once.
Once,
do you,
yeah.
Do you even know the name of what are we even doing right now?
Well, I just saw you call me on Discord, so I thought I'd pick up. We haven't talked in a little bit.
Yeah, well, we got a gig going here. You canceled our D&D already. We haven't done that in 2 weeks. That's our first 2-week streak that we've broken in frickin' forever, and now you don't even remember the podcast?
Who now?
The podcast, the Dungeon Crawl.
Oh,
we did an episode last week on what to do if you're quarantined right now and you can't play D&D.
Right. Yeah. I thought there's a folder on my desktop that just says Podcast. I thought that was. I almost deleted it. I thought I didn't need it anymore.
You better not delete that. We got some shit on there that we need.
Yeah.
But
I remember. Yeah, it came back to me. Yeah.
Okay, good, because we've got this episode to record, and neither me nor you have done D&D thing. Well, you might have written something.
I have. Yeah, I've written a little bit.
Yeah, but I haven't played D&D in 2 weeks, either with you or with my other group, and I need a second, this podcast, this episode, whatever, so that we can just waffle about D&D and our experience not playing it for the past 2 weeks, how it's affected us, and so that some of you can probably have some sort of catharsis for also not playing D&D recently.
We're having withdrawals.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's been some stuff that have helped me out over the past week, but that's nothing different. I play video games all the time. That's how I'm coping right now. But Ryan,
yeah,
we talked a little bit. You didn't actually forget the podcast. There's some stuff that we wanted to mention, but how have you been feeling about this entire week of not DMing? Because I think it's a bit different when you're the DM.
It's been weird, man.
Weird how?
Weird in the fact that it's weird and liberating and sad all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have to prepare more because I've already prepared for what's coming up. So it's like, gotta load off where I don't have to do anything. But then it's sad because like I want to see where we're going, what's gonna be happening. I don't get to chat with my friends, we don't get to hang out and sit around a table and mess around for a few hours every weekend. I don't know. It's because it's always been a nice escape, but now we're not really being able to escape. We got to see the real world for what it is.
Yeah, it's
the real world's scary.
The first thing you said about not DMing, it is kind of a relief.
Yeah.
I've definitely been feeling it because even though I don't prep too much for my sessions, every Monday rolls around and I get off of work and I'm like, oh, I can relax. And then the guys go, boys, we playing D&D tonight?
Boys.
And I go, fuck.
Squad up.
I just pop on my computer and we do it for like 2 hours and I end up enjoying it. But occasionally it's nice to just kind of relax. They've been playing Smash Bros on the night that we've usually been playing. That's usually what we do whenever we don't have D&D, which happens more frequently than your and I's group. But as a DM, there's a lot of relief.
That's like the nerd equivalent of,
boys, we hitting the clubs tonight? Let's go.
And then there's the
it's a lot more lonely and sausage festy.
Yeah, it was the guy that just finished up, 8 hours in the office. And it's like, I just want to go home and relax. The other guys that just, want to get blasted.
Well, I mean, for me, usually it's I finish working at my computer and then I close down my work tabs and go straight to D&D tabs. So sometimes I want like a minute to just step away from my computer, even though I'm already locked inside all the time, which reminds me that this whole quarantine situation is basically just my life already.
Yeah, not much has changed, huh?
I was sitting with my family and they were complaining about not being able to go outside. And I go, my life's not so easy now, is it? And they were laughing and then I felt a little bit sad. But
okay, yeah, it kind of puts everything in perspective that I don't really do much with my time.
Yeah. I mean, I recently started dating somebody, which has been really great. And then I had to move, like I went down to Texas to be a bit more safe. So that sucked. And that's a big reason why I want to go back. But
yeah,
my computer's also there. So I miss it. I mean, I've got my Switch and my laptop, but Doom just came out. I do have a Valve Index. Half-Life Alyx came out. I want to play that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
What have you been playing, though? You said you said things in the past week have been getting you through it. What are those things?
Animal Crossing.
Sorry? What was that?
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, how's that been?
It's been good. It's
cute.
I don't know how it gets away with being so simple.
Because it's meant to just be a chill game, man.
It is a chill
games can
game.
be chill.
Yeah, but Like, if any other game, like if Destiny was that simple, nobody would play it.
Well, yeah, it's because Destiny isn't as cool and cute.
I mean, that's true. It's the same process, though. You do things to get stuff that looks pretty, and then you do more things, and then you get new things that look pretty, and it's just that over and over again.
Well, you gotta pay off a debt.
Yeah, but
You're in servitude.
Tom Nook is not a crook.
Okay, you stand on a soapbox here. Let's hear it.
He gives you a house.
True.
Right?
Fair.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Does he surprise you with like near 100K debt? Or I guess if it's yen, it's 10K, but
Bells.
yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
But there's no interest, and you pay it off whenever you want.
Yeah, but you're doing work for him.
So
Paying it off.
he's not a mean guy.
Well,
He's cute. He's a little tanuki. He's a raccoon dog. He's lived a hard
Okay.
life. There's a couple of YouTube videos you should watch out there. That
I mean, I have no horse in this race. I've never played Animal Crossing before in my life.
this is my first Animal Crossing as well. I've been enjoying it. It's like we were talking earlier. It's a good little dopamine release. It's really pretty. The Switch isn't
it's
an
super
amazing
cute.
piece of. Oh my god, yes. And the Switch isn't an amazing piece of hardware at all. It's innovative, but the way this is rendered on a log that rotates, they can jam so many particle effects. Great lighting. I think it's 60 FPS and 1080p when it's docked. It looks so good because it's that sort of isolated point of view that they can render in a really tight
Sure.
view, I guess.
And the art style lends itself well to the console.
Yeah, it's really reminiscent of like what they've done with the graphical advancements of Link's Awakening, how they revamped that on the Switch.
True. Yeah, it does look
Really
similar.
pretty. Well, speaking of Switches though,
Yeah.
you don't have D&D, but you do have a new Switch.
I do. Yeah, I got it just
Joined us.
before the world started to end, so it arrived. It got delayed just by 2 days, and that's
Yeah, it
right
almost
around
didn't arrive.
Yeah, it's around the time Amazon decided to start slowing down their production as well. So I barely got it. And it's been fun, man. Super cool.
Yeah?
Yeah,
No buyer's remorse?
No, not at all. Actually, it's very fun to just be able to pull it off of the dock and go around and do something, and then plop it back in. You can have something else on the TV and just be chilling on the couch with some game on your screen.
Yeah.
It's good for co-op fun stuff.
So you've been playing with the friend, the girl?
It's the friend girl, yeah.
Nice.
The lady friend, yeah.
Nice.
I could play these co-op games on my PC, and I'm trying not to re-buy games because I don't want to do that.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't. I own Overcooked 1 on the PC, and Overcooked 2 was on sale. I was like, I loved Overcooked 1. Let's play Overcooked 2. And it was on sale. I just bought it, picked it up, and it's one of the most stressful, fun experiences I've ever had in my life within 5 levels. So we had a good
Only
time.
has 5 levels?
No, within 5 levels
Okay,
of playing
I
the
get
game, it was like, this is fun, cute little fun game. We're cooking together, and then, oh my god, hurry, quick, go! Terrifying.
Those games can be rough if you don't play with somebody that's not used to video games, but that's what I like about the Switch. It's a pretty easy entry.
It is. She's
I'm
a big
glad you've
gamer
been
though.
enjoying it though. Oh, she's a gamer girl?
Oh, she's a gamer girl.
Oh man, you gotta watch out with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason why.
Okay, no, you just gotta watch out for him.
I mean, they may 360 no-scope you in your sleep if you're not watching.
Nice, and syncing up to some montage song.
Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, you used to play Call of Duty a lot though.
Yeah, montages are my thing, man.
Yeah, if you don't like Call of Duty, you can leave the podcast because Ryan used to be big into it.
No, I don't like Call of Duty anymore.
Oh,
You can stay
even
here,
with the new
guys.
thing that came out?
The new one is okay. It's the best Call of Duty in years, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, it's like the same cooked pasta. You just add a different spice, like pepper
Yeah.
versus salt, that sort of thing. But all of this has been kind of helping me with D&D, though it sucks because this is my character's arc. And yeah, you're being so selfish, Braxton. Calm down. You know what?
Okay to
No,
be
it's
selfish,
okay.
man.
Live in it. I've got a DM that like it's not fan service, but it's playing into our characters' backstories a lot, so it's been really fun.
Yeah, I got
And it
little
took a
stuff
long time.
for everybody.
Yeah. It took a long time to get here, so I'm ready
It
to
did.
figure out what's in store. And I'm definitely not letting myself get overhyped because you've had this prepped. Maybe you've built it up a bit more because we've been waiting, but I'm still like have a reasonable expectation. It's not
That's
gonna be
good.
dumping everything.
I was
right
actually
away.
just talking to the lady friend today about. I was like, "Do you think it sounds?" I'm terrified because this has been built up for the last months and
Yeah.
months, and this is like one of Braxton's big arcs. I know he's looking forward to it. I was so worried that it wasn't going to go. And she's like, well, it's Braxton. He'll be fine. I'm like, okay, I guess that's true.
How does she know me? That warmed my heart, though.
Because I talk about you all the time, man. I'm dating you on the side.
Oh, it's okay. I talk about you too to my lady friend also.
How cute.
Who's actually listening in right now.
Shout outs.
Fun times. But all that warms up. No, I've been trying to keep the same perspective I've had since we've entered the arc. Which already, like, it was built up a good bit because we've known about this place for
long time.
The 50-something sessions that we've had in this world. So I'm thinking about it while I'm playing Animal Crossing. It's in the back of my mind because you're on islands and that's taking place in an island right now.
Do you think there's some Easter egg Lovecraft creature in Animal Crossing?
Maybe.
You're going to take some airplane to some island and it's just going to go start raining and then the tentacles are going to come in the background?
I mean, there might be something, but they are really focused on teaching people like good habits. I've noticed Animal Crossing it's kind of crazy. I mean, sure, it's a video game and you can get addicted to playing it and binge it, but Tom Nook teaches people how to pay back debts. It's synced to your real world time, and the majority of things happen during the day, so it tries to get you on a good sleep schedule. Like you can do stuff at night, but you only get 80% of your money if you sell stuff, and et cetera, et cetera.
What if you time travel?
Well, then your Rossetti's gonna come kill you and delete your save file.
Who?
Rossetti.
What is that? Rossetti?
There's a guy in the game that if it finds out you've been time traveling, specifically going back in time, because that's how it really can detect.
Really? I did not know that.
It's your save file.
It's that guy. I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, the little mole with like a hat on and a pickaxe or something.
Looks terrible. Oh, is that why it's Rosette? Like Rossetti?
Yeah. Hmm?
That's cute.
I don't want to time travel because then you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of playing the game.
Yeah, I can understand that too.
But man, maybe I ordered some really nice pair of shoes today and they're not going to come in until tomorrow, but maybe I'll just like one day I'll skip it.
But then it's like a drug. You do it once and you can't stop.
Yeah, you got to be careful. So double-edged sword, it tries to teach kids good stuff, but
yeah, a lot of people I know they're doing are streamers. So, they're doing it on stream. So it's like it's just quicker and need more fun for them to speed it along.
You've got to be really charismatic to run a Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I watched a few that are fun.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes it fun though? Is it the Oh, you watch the stream for the streamer, of course. But...
Yeah. Yeah, he makes fun jokes.
Okay.
He makes me giggle.
Interested in the gameplay?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd probably enjoy it, but I'm not gonna spend $60 on it right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a farming/village creation simulator or a sim game at its core. A really simple one, but for some reason it's just really addicting.
Yeah.
They designed this shit to pull you in, for sure. So that's what I've been doing for the most part while I've had no D&D. But I mean, you've played a little bit of Fire Emblem.
I have.
Which I've talked about a good bit.
I've also been playing a lot of, not recently, well, somewhat recently. I finished up Yakuza 0. Oh,
yeah, you streamed that for a bit.
Yeah, not a good stream game.
Brought it off cast because I think you weren't having the best time streaming it and you just still wanted to play it.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous, great story. I've even thought about bringing some. Good? Oh, the story's incredible.
It seems like a joke game.
Okay, so the main story is some of the most intense, serious storytelling, cutscenes, everything that I've ever seen in a video game.
Really?
And the side stories are where it gets really silly and stupid.
Okay. Now that makes sense though, because if you think about Dragon Ball, yeah, it's technically a gag manga at its core, like meant to just make you laugh and not be serious, but people
What'd you call me?
I didn't. You use that too often, Ryan. Cut that off your joke list.
Gag manga.
Gag manga. It's like a joke
manga
comic or something like that. Yeah, Goku's meant to be silly. That's why his voice is so crazy.
I've never seen Dragon Ball.
That's fine. I won't criticize you for that.
Hey, but the girlfriend and I were thinking about watching JoJo. Thought you'd be proud of me.
Sorry, that was my moment of silence for being proud of you. You gonna start from the beginning? Has she seen it?
Yes. No, she's never seen it before.
Dude. Okay. What do you know about JoJo right now?
Just from what you've told me and a little bit from what my chat and my stream have told me.
So if you had to describe it or give a synopsis using your knowledge only, what would that be?
Pretty memey.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. In the case of JoJo, I don't know if it is a meme or people made it.
I think it's been turned into memes for sure.
Yeah, it's just so great. I wonder if you'll like it though.
I'm interested. I'll give it a shot.
Because it's different. If you don't like one part, you might love another. Like
the art style's always what's turned me off from it.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand. It's intense.
A lot of anime kind of have that similar-ish.
Yeah, not everybody can handle good art. I'll give it to you.
Good art.
Yeah.
Now, good. We're not talking about good art. Demon Slayer. That's got some good art.
That's got some good art. And I'll give it to Demon Slayer too, even though it's a typical battle shonen. And hopefully a lot of you understand like that trope out there. I could explain it. Just like the very typical Naruto or One Piece, like a guy wants a thing and fights stuff and there's powers, that kind of stuff.
And lots of fight scenes.
Yeah, lots of fight scenes. But Demon Slayer, its continuity for its art was insane, which is why I really liked it.
And the fight scenes, the artwork's, the water stuff. I get turned on.
Oh, that's fine. That's reasonable. But for general media, how's your leniency for maybe not severe drops in quality, but definite dips that you can notice? Does it pull you out? Did you ever drop something for that you really like?
Yes.
Okay, I do the same thing.
Season storytelling, that is. I mean, a lot of times, like for when I watched, example, Westworld season 1, unbelievable, so good. Season 2, I mean, it looks the same, looks great, sounds great, soundtrack's incredible, acting's great. Story just took a major dip for me. Could not get through it. Same with Game of Thrones at the end. Just good. Some of the best, not the best writing. What am I saying? Some of the best soundtrack, best acting. Best, CGI on TV, best set pieces, and then the writing's just terrible.
Yeah,
that
always an actor is weird.
That turns me off.
Hey, at least they get paid a lot.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, then they hate on it later.
Yeah, you kind of have to make do as an actor or any sort of artist when you're living in a place like the U.S. I mean, you need to make money.
Yeah,
so
they're getting
not
paid
turn stuff
so
down.
so
much money. But specifically with anime, like so often. Like you could see the character design sheet, and I imagine this is where the problem comes in. You maybe cheap out on labor, or you give your workers a less than ideal situation, and they kind of deviate from a consistent style, and it really becomes apparent. And it happens in JoJo sometimes, but they always fix it in the Blu-rays. But that will pull me out of something immediately. But a show it didn't really do for me, like I didn't want to stop, was with Twin Peaks.
Okay. Yeah.
David Lynch gets pulled out of Twin Peaks because of a dispute with the directors and the writing. They didn't want to do what David Lynch wanted to do. And you really shouldn't mess with what David Lynch wants to do because it's glorious. But it turns into this just like weird romance. Like it just loses all of the mystery and the weird factor that he's got.
Is that why it got canceled?
I mean, did it get canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why. I
mean,
it
only lasted 2 seasons. And then they brought it back.
Yeah, which
I brought it back
that, but what I've seen is insane. My God.
No, 2 years ago is when they brought it back. No, 3 years, sorry.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Man, it's good though.
I never saw that one.
It's as polarizing as I would say Evangelion is in a sense, maybe even more.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, did you see one of our players, one of my fellow players, your player, told you about an anime film you should watch?
I already replied to it.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Yeah, I replied to it already. Angel's Egg.
I didn't see it because I was prepared for this podcast, which you'd forgotten about.
Sorry. Hey,
which again, right now, if you're thinking, hey, where's the D&D? We're hoping to just kind of have a nice, comfy place for you guys to listen and chat about maybe some recent video game events or whatever, because neither of us have been too focused on D&D.
And life is crazy right now.
Life is crazy. Hell, I mean, I actually forgot about the podcast. I don't know if you did, but it was yesterday, Monday, recording this on Tuesday night, usually when we post stuff. And I went, what the? Oh, because we'd just recorded an episode last week for Thursday. So I was thinking, yeah, we recorded it really early, we're good. And then I completely forgot. So now we're doing this here, and we may start just doing Thursday uploads, but it feels weird.
At least for me until we get back on our feet.
Yeah, but then we're going to have to catch up, Ryan. What are we going to do?
Oh, we can do that. That's no problem.
Will Unearthed Arcana save us?
No, please. Never again.
Realistically, are we going to keep doing Unearthed Arcana?
I think if there's some interesting content in there, yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not every time. We did a content dump on it. We're good now.
Yeah.
So, in order to abate my craving for D&D, of course, I get on our social media, which we should drop at the end, probably at some point if you guys are ever interested in following
Give
us.
us a follow.
Of course, I was scrolling right before we did the podcast just to see if there was anything interesting to talk about. And this is a topic that I have a pretty good connection with, and you'll immediately understand it when I say what it is, but one-shots.
Yeah.
So, Monsters in Multi-Class, at monsters_multi, it just popped up on our feed before, and I scrolled through some of their stuff, and they made this poll post that kind of stopped me, and I had to read it for a second. I went, oh, damn, I'm interested to find this out. So they said we ended up unable to finish a one-shot yesterday, which I can never do, ever. They go, I'm convinced that one-shots are a conspiracy made up to trick people into playing multiple games of D&D. Not that I'm complaining. Have you ever had a one-shot that actually lasted 3 to 4 hours?
Yeah.
And the options were plenty of times, or once and it was a fluke. No, it's impossible, or obligatory other option, please.
Yeah, I have.
I know you have, because you're a better person at controlling time. And like for me,
I
my personality,
content. Yeah.
if I'm making a deck in Magic the Gathering, I'm always going to have way too many cards, and I need to throw them out. And I'm like, but all these are good cards.
Yeah, too many fun things to toss in.
So that's how I am with one-shots. And do you want to guess at which one of those options was the most popular or the most chosen?
I'd either say it's Plenty of Times or the Impossible one.
You're correct. The Plenty of Times was 48%. No, It's Impossible was 30. Once it was a fluke, 21, and then the other one was 1%. Yeah, give those guys a follow. They got some cool little bits on there.
Little blurbs.
I like scrolling through them. But
we're planning on I'll just say we're planning on doing a one-shot themed podcast at some point.
Yeah, because I need the lesson on that for sure.
You were gonna ask me something?
Was I?
I thought so. I thought I cut you off, didn't I not?
No, I mean, did you have to finish your thought?
No.
Okay, fuck.
All right.
I don't think I did. I was probably just trying to connect the thoughts so that we have entertaining content here, Ryan.
Not forget you, man.
I was going to ask you a question, though. I mean, I browse social media for D&D to keep my mind there. What have you been doing to satiate your craving?
I mean, every so often I'll hop onto Reddit and see what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I mean, I've written a few things here and there, changed a few stuff, had some ideas for what's happening in other parts of the world that, and done some more backstories for places that don't exist that you guys haven't met.
May not ever.
Yeah, may not ever, but just for my own benefit because it's fun. That's been about it. Just kind of thinking. Just doing some thonking.
Doing some thonking?
In these dark times.
Yeah, they are dark times.
Which is perfect for dark storytelling.
Oh my god. We tend towards more dark storytelling, but there's some good moments in our sessions. We had one where a character relates to their player character, or reverse that. A player relates to their PC quite a lot. Not the computer, sorry. Acronyms. And then there's this moment where they're kind of battling with something in their own live, and they were using a mask to kind of hide it.
Yeah.
And my character at some point was just like, I mean, people are going to see it and they're going to think what they think. It's a part of you nonetheless, so you might as well just show it. And we've had several moments like that in our D&D sessions, which is really great because it's like a mental stress reliever. And to think that some people aren't getting that weekly kind of worries me a bit,
Yeah, it's like therapy for a lot of people in some ways.
Yeah, you always say that. So
yeah, you get stuff out.
Definitely. I still wish I was in person. It's a lot easier to connect whenever we play in-game or whenever I'm actually there. But often enough, I care enough about the story or what's going on. And you've got the music going, and everybody's pretty courteous about looking at the camera or talking to me whenever they need to. But man, I mean, really, online sessions are definitely rough. I know we talked about it last week, but did you have any more thoughts after we just kind of left it with whatever we said last week, or did you do any more research?
I mean, the Wizards of the Coast themselves did make their own article about it, about remote D&D tips and tricks. Came out a couple days ago, I think.
Anything good?
I mean, so some of their tips, they mentioned, hey, check out our free stuff that we have. We have, a free PDF that talks about the basic rules, free PDF about this, yada, yada. just to kind of get more people interested in trying out. Then they recommended some of the virtual spaces, stuff we talked about already, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, D&D Beyond, etc., etc. Then they talked about some various adventures. They did pimp out the DM's Guild, which I always recommend to people on our podcast and stuff. Great stuff. A lot of free content that you can find there too, as well as a lot of paid content that's definitely worth checking out. And a lot of the stuff on there also has modules that you can connect into Fantasy Grounds. Then they talked about dice. They mentioned that they have dice rollers online that you can use. Then they mentioned some content creators and ways to watch D&D online, and that was it.
Did they mention us?
Unfortunately not, but I'm sure they're thinking about it.
So that's cool, though. I mean, of course, all the businesses continuing to operate during these times are trying to capitalize on any way.
Oh, yeah.
Of everybody being at home, and I think D&D could kind of struggle because unlike Magic the Gathering or card games that have now taken advantage of the online space, D&D still is really compartmentalized and spread out throughout the internet, I would think. There's no real universal way to just like, oh, we'll play D&D, this is the answer.
Well,
like D&D Beyond comes up, yeah.
Yeah, well, D&D is one of those beautiful things that while you can play online, there's still so many people that prefer to always play in person.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that people use as their social interaction, for the week.
Well, it's interesting to me because you have theater, which is usually preferred to be watched live. You're there. And I mean, it's similar if you're an audience member and you're watching a streamed version of it. I think there was an opera that had been streaming their performances because they didn't want to cancel them. And that was probably a wholly different experience. So I have to wonder if the avid opera viewers, opera goers, I don't know what you would consider that, got in their like full tuxedo that they usually do when they go out to see a show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for people that play D&D online, I have to wonder if they have problems like I do where I can't quite get into it, or maybe I'd want to just cosplay as my character to try to bring something into it. Not rolling my dice would have been a big thing. Like, I would have been really sad if I was using a online dice roller, because that can take out a lot of the fun of it. But video games are online dice rollers, technically. Like, the new Baldur's Gate 3, all of the dice rolling is behind the scenes, and I would have loved to have seen the coding or the math.
It does let you see it, though.
Yeah, it does, but it dumbs it down to where, which it's probably a good design decision for UI and simplicity. But even if you are rolling a strength check and you've got a +5 modifier and it adds a bunch of stuff, it still shows you out of 20 what you got, and that's it. It doesn't show plus or whatever.
Sure.
It's just what out of 20 you got.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. I don't know.
I mean, there's not many D&D video games, but most of them have been similar to that. There have been a few MMOs, Neverwinter Nights. I never really played those.
Me neither.
They're all obviously the Baldur's Gates and the Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment games, but those are all basically, just the CRPG kind of style, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's all D&D's ever been turned into, basically.
Yeah, I feel like just natural D&D in a video game would be boring as hell. Don't you?
Yeah, it's tough to pull off.
Yeah, it's tough to pull off. Just literal, the same pace, same exact rules. You could probably make a 1-to-1 faithful adaptation of D&D.
There was a Fable game, but I don't know if it ever came out. That was almost like if I remember the trailer and the premise of it being that it was like a tabletop
kind
or
of a game.
something.
It was like a game master, and they could bring assets in to stop. So it was basically like a lane-based League inspired thing. Yeah,
I remember that at all.
It was weird. I think it did come out, but I've never heard any news of it. Which I love Fable.
I loved it
lot.
too.
You played it too?
I loved it. It was just super zany.
Dude, part of my childhood was bringing my Xbox 360 hard drive. The big. If you had the white 360, it had that hard drive on the outside that had a push button, you could pull it out. I don't know if anybody else had that experience when you went to your friend's house to stay over the night and you had a certain game that you wanted to play or save data that you wanted to use at your friend's house, so you brought your hard drive or your memory card. Good times. But with Fable specifically, we would always play on my Xbox specifically. I didn't want to bring the entire thing in my backpack to go to my friend's house. So I just bring my hard drive, pop it out. And there was this glitch in Fable that I think you could do with 2 players to just get infinite XP and do that right from the start. So I've been the person that likes being overpowered as hell right from the beginning and using mods since I was a kid, Ryan. It's inside of me.
Disgusting.
To each their own. I get it. You want to have the original experience, but I've played the game to hell, so I want to have fun.
As long as you're having a good time, I guess that's what matters.
Yeah. But Fable, I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but I feel like it was a phenomenal game.
It was all right.
Fable 2 specifically. Hi, JD.
He agrees.
He does agree. Do you agree?
I don't remember it too much. I remember the first one, I remember the third one, but I don't remember the second one for some reason.
The second one's my favorite. Third had a lot going for it, but I think it was kind of rushed and it falls apart at the end.
I remember I married my friend in it.
Nice.
Yeah, we played it co-op.
Hell yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about 2 was, and this makes sense, but if you played any sort of the physical or physique, I don't remember what their word for strength-based stuff was. Maybe it was just strength, but you always got twinked out. You were buff as all hell. Even if you were playing like a character that you would have preferred to just have that kind of natural strength, like you see in anime, these twigs, these people that just have immense power just because they are.
Just because.
But if you invested anything into strength, you were chunky boy.
Chunky boy.
Chunky boy.
Speaking of chunky boys, I thought I was gonna meow. Sorry. It's not like I'm like talking about you or something. No, I meant JD, but you didn't say anything.
Well, hopefully, like, I mean, Fable's probably pretty easy to get. I don't know if Fable 2 is on Steam or anything, but that's a game you guys can play for sure.
Yeah, Fable.
If you're looking for something.
Fable is on Steam. Fable Anniversary, yeah.
Nice. It gives me that sort of same feeling that kind of Harry Potter does, not in theme or anything at all, but it creates a really cozy,
it's very whimsical.
Yeah, it's so comfortable to be in. That's one of my favorite things about it. And D&D does a really similar thing if you can find a group that has the type of world that you want to live in. Which, like, your group is, or our group, not your group. I'm a part of it, Braxton. Consider yourself there.
Yeah, you're part of the team, man.
It's a good spot. I really enjoy it. That's why I think nobody's left and we've had this consistent group for a while.
Yeah.
It makes me sad that we're not playing right now, but that's how the world's going.
For the world. Well, speaking of, other stuff that came out, D&D related, we missed it and I haven't picked it up yet, is the new D&D book, The Explorer's Guide to Wildemount.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember I don't know how to read. But
that's right. So I'll read it for you and tell you about it.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll. Maybe I won't fly down there because Dallas is a hot spot for everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Oh,
especially the airport.
This is kind of off topic here, but I think I've had it before.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting theory because I've heard other people have talked about how they had a very similar outbreak of disease or something in early January, late December.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to get too into it, but there was a good
theories.
chunk of my time. I had flown from Chicago, which is another international hotspot, to Dallas-Fort Worth, that airport. And like immediately I started feeling terrible. And I left and went home and had this insane dry cough, runny nose, like a piercing pain in my lungs, shortness of breath. And I didn't realize until this morning that, holy hell, I probably had it a while ago.
Oh, we thought he was dying.
I don't know if that means I'm immune now. Probably not. It's a flu, so
maybe you're
it'll still probably
patient
screw
zero.
me up, but hopefully not. None of my friends got sick.
Yeah, you did get me sick.
Yeah, you scared me for a bit. I thought I did.
No, I wasn't sick. I'm immune to everything, man.
So we've been waffling for a second here, Ryan. You mentioned something earlier today that piqued my interest.
Yeah, did I?
Yeah, this is the D&D trivia.
Oh yeah, you want to pop into that for a little bit, see if we can figure it out?
How do we do this thing?
All right, so you kids can play at home as well.
All right.
Pull up a chair, listen up to Daddy Ryan.
Oh God.
Yeah, please don't call me that.
Hey, if that's between you and your new girl, that's fine. Just keep it between you.
So I got a question for you, Braxton.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first edition of Dungeons & Dragons published? Do you need options?
Yeah, give me options.
All right, 1974?
No.
1983? 1969? 1982?
69.
Okay, let's see if that's correct. Turns out I won't know till we finish. Great.
Oh, you're kidding me?
I'll look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
All right. Yeah, we gotta have immediate answers here, dude.
Yeah, what is up with this? It's 30 questions. We're not gonna finish this.
It's probably not
1974.
69. Yeah, it's probably 74. I went for 69 for the memes, but I was hoping.
Oh, this one's easy. Everyone out there is gonna get this. Braxton may or may not, because we've not done a podcast episode on these creatures.
Okay.
Who do orcs worship? What god? Lolth, Tiamat, Grumsh, or Kutlmak?
The last one.
Nope, you're wrong. Grumsh.
Ah! Of course it's that guy. At first I thought you said
moron.
Knowles, and I went, I got this, and I realized you were talking about orcs.
Yes,
I was
Knowles.
waiting for Yinogu.
Yeah, Knowles, you would have crushed.
This is why I'm the student most of the time, guys. So don't get upset that a co-host for a D&D podcast doesn't know these things.
It's all right. That's how you learn, man.
Yeah, I'm learning. We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here to learn.
Okay.
All right. So which class is not included in the 5e player's handbook? Ready? Monk, Warlock,
Those 2 options.
Druid. Yeah, 2 separate options. And Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
That's easy.
Hell yeah.
Easy. Yeah, Gunslinger was like a Critical Role one that they made up or something.
Yeah, that was an easy question.
Oh, interesting. What was the first official campaign setting?
Crap.
There's Forgotten
should know
Realms,
this off of my head.
Birthright,
Okay.
Ravenloft, and Greyhawk. I know it's definitely not Ravenloft.
It's either Birthright or the last one you said.
Greyhawk? I know Greyhawk's very popular. What's your final answer?
What was the first option you said?
Forgotten Realms.
No.
That's definitely the
So,
most popular.
B.
Birthright? It's Greyhawk.
You were giving me some tricky.
Well, I looked it up a second ago.
Ah, okay. I'm going to get a lot of these wrong. Hopefully you guys listening are better and you can tell
That's
me
okay.
how
It's all right.
much I need to learn how to read and
Well, I
find
mean,
more material.
I mean, a lot of, like you don't use campaign settings.
No, I don't.
See, so that's not your
I hardly
fault.
even have my own.
All right, so you'd say, let's say you're walking up to a dragon, okay?
Mhm.
And you see its color very briefly before a burst of flame comes at you. Or, sorry, not burst of flame. A burst of breathy explosion. It's the color of the dragon is silver. What kind of breath is coming at you?
Oh, Jamie, our social media person, just did a silver dragon
she's
thing.
gonna be screaming at you.
Is
Fire
it-
breath, cold breath, acid spray, or lightning? I'm mistaking, Braxton.
Lightning?
The answer is da-da-da-da, cold breath.
Oh my gosh, of course it is.
You
What's a blue dragon then?
blue dragon. That's
And blue
probably
dragon.
lightning, right?
No, it's probably just like blue flame.
Nope, blue is lightning.
What?
What do
D&D
you
don't
mean,
make any sense. It's all
blue.
Pokemon logic. I guess oh god, electric type Pokemon. I almost forgot the name for that.
Never
Or
played
blue.
Pokemon.
Okay. I continue to be dumb.
Yeah, continuing.
Mhm.
So in 5th edition, how does a monk or a monk gain their supernatural powers?
Key. Points.
All right. So I assume your answer would be she learns to channel her life force or ki.
Yes.
All right, good answer.
Hell yeah. Didn't even need the choices there.
Oh, okay. This I have no idea. I didn't know this existed. Those of you older folks out there listening to us might know this. What is the name of the card game that was released specifically to play during a game of D&D?
Magic the Gathering.
Nope. 3 Dragon Auntie, Timora's Chance, Owlbear's Bet, and Rimmeraz Go Round.
I like the first one.
3 Dragon Auntie? Yeah, I like that too. That is correct. Wow, look at that.
Hey!
It was a card game
job.
developed in 2005.
Is it intricate at all? We should try playing it.
No idea. Never heard of it
We
before.
did play cards once, but that was like a pseudo dice roll.
That wasn't real.
Yeah. It was fun though.
Okay. Not even gonna bother this trivia question because it's stupid. It was basically asking what type of undead creature is Strahd? Vampire. Moving on. What is the arcane tradition that focuses on modifying matter? This is a good one. Abjuration?
Artificer?
No.
Oh.
Arcane
okay.
tradition. Abjuration, evocation, enchantment, or transmutation?
Transmutation?
I think that's correct.
Yeah, because you transmute stuff. Like alchemy.
Yeah. That's good. You know what? You're smarter than I thought.
I'm only smart for things that are general knowledge in other RPG settings.
Okay. Some of these
Use
questions
my-
are stupid.
Knowledge from the previous classes I've taken.
Speaking of classes, When a druid reaches level 20, how many times do you think they can use their wild shape ability per day?
5.
Well, the answer choices are 20, infinite, 10, and 12.
Okay.
So
12.
5 is incorrect. What'd you say? 12?
12.
No, it'd be 10.
That was my first choice. Always go with your gut.
Wait, actually, I don't know. They could be in it for 10 hours. I don't know how that.
You tell me that we don't know the answer to this?
I don't. How about you check us out on Twitter and tell us what the correct answer is?
Please and thank you.
All right.
Is there more?
Nah, these all suck.
Damn.
I'll try to find one. Let me see if I can find one more good question here for you.
Okay.
Nah, these
Gotta
suck.
redeem myself.
Yeah, you haven't been doing too good.
No, I have not.
You ever played or seen or heard of Tomb of Horrors?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, really?
No.
So Tomb of Horrors was created by Mr. Gygax himself.
Gary Gygax. Love that guy.
The Lord and Savior of D&D. It was created because apparently, as far as legend goes, if I'm recalling correctly, he would run D&D games at conventions and stuff. And I think he got sick or fed up with the type of people that he would DM for. So he made a ridiculously, impossibly hard dungeon called the Tomb of Horrors and ran it at a convention, and it still exists in its beauty today.
Is it actually good though?
Never played through it.
What specific type of people did he not like? Was it people that weren't paying attention, or people?
No, I think I
Min-maxers?
can't recall. I might be misremembering, and I might be tossing some hate towards some shade towards Mr. Gygax himself, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Min-maxers?
No, I don't know. I don't know what type of people.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait,
well, I kind of want to do research on this to find out.
Okay, no. I am sorry. I take back part of what I said. Quote from Mr. Gygax himself. There were several very expert players in my campaign, and this was meant as yet another challenge to their skill and the persistence of their therefore invincible characters. Specifically, I had in mind of foiling my friend Rob Kuntz's PC, Robalar, and Ernie Gygax's PC Tensor. Second, so that he was, quote, ready for those fans/players who boasted of having mighty PCs able to best any challenge offered by the D&D game. So I guess that's what I was referring to.
Okay, so min-maxers basically.
Yeah, there were people who thought that their players could beat anything. And so
I mean, there's probably some builds out there. Coffee Warlock's insane, but you can tumble them down pretty easily.
Tomb of Horrors. And Tomb of Horrors did get updated for 5e, so if you guys want to massacre your players, that's a good place to check it out. And,
I don't want to die yet. I've got things to resolve in my backstory first.
No.
Maybe as my dying wish.
It's in the Yawning Portal, I believe.
Well, do you have the date that happened at?
The original Tomb of Horrors?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1975.
Okay, so that was early enough to where D&D was still kind of just random. You just went. You didn't spend a long time making this near TV series.
Yes.
Long ass, expansive world. It was just, I got a dungeon for you guys. Let's go.
It wasn't really roleplay heavy yet. I don't recall. But granted, I wasn't playing then. I was not even a figment in my parents' minds yet. So,
yeah, I was always hearing about how D&D used to be like that, which is why random dungeon generators are pretty cool. But I think if you're only doing a dungeon crawl, you'd have to go pretty detailed about that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, harken back to the name Dungeons and Dragons.
I think if you're going to run a dungeon, you should probably run the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I think it's a lot better from what I've seen.
Who's the Mad Mage?
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Kavath?
Yeah, Kavarth. Yeah.
That's a callback.
We've been hanging out with him in a while. I wonder how he's doing.
He's probably quarantining himself right now.
Good for you, Kavarth.
Good for you.
It's very non-evil, wizardly-like of him.
I mean, he's got followers out there. He doesn't want to hurt them.
Yeah, but most of them are undead.
That's true. Maybe he spread it. There's your scapegoat world. He spread the virus.
Kavarth.
Oh, man.
Kavarth.
But I guess, I mean, that's what I've been doing with my week. Just playing Animal Crossing. And you know how I love to try to find D&D and everything? I was thinking that there are some things in D&D, like making your own castle, that you can kind of have a really strong touch on the world. But is there anything like actual farming or anything like that you can do within D&D?
Like rules that are laid out?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think so. Like,
You know,
I
it's all
actually couldn't draw a
supplementaries.
parallel from Animal Crossing to D&D.
It's all supplementary stuff that people have made, as far as I'm aware.
You know what? No. Animal Crossing is like being a DM and writing your world. That's
Okay.
what it is.
And
Oh,
pissing off your NPCs and sending them out of your island.
yeah. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Probably can. You can?
Yeah, you can piss off the guys on the island and make them leave.
But how?
You just keep hitting with a net, supposedly.
That's hilarious. I've done that on accident once, and the guy was running at me, and he did the emote where he got a bunch of flowers and he's smiling. And I wanted to talk to him, but he was far enough away so that it activated the animation for the net, and it goes whack, and he just stopped.
Oh, he wasn't
Felt
happy,
really
was
bad.
he?
No, he gave me a gift the next day. It's okay.
The hell?
Yeah.
So if I hit someone in the head with a net, the next day they're going to give me a gift?
Some people like pain.
It's true.
It is very true.
Would you
We
give me
talked
that?
about that. I don't know.
Especially,
Try
what
it
if I
out.
ran by saying, hey, jackass, and
I'd probably be pretty upset.
see?
It's not my kink. But someone's, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, man. My kink is good D&D, which I haven't gotten in a while.
Well, hopefully we get some more good D&D soon. I actually saw a poll, and we can end it on this. A poll that mentioned was kind of talking about how the quarantines have affected your D&D game, and the options were like played offline but moved to online, played offline but the game is currently on hold, played online only before the quarantine, so you had no change, played offline and still play offline, played online and offline but only play online. It gets confusing. What I'm trying to say is, the most common one was played offline, but have moved to online. So I think it's really good. 3,000 people have said that. And then the closest one after that, just by a hair, is played offline, but now the game is on hold.
Damn. I've got for me, it's played online and technically offline, and now it's on hold.
Yeah.
And also, I do play online, and it's on hold. Those are my two choices. Because technically, we still meet offline, even though I'm the only person who's over.
Yeah, I don't know if
TV.
I'd count. Yeah, I don't know if I'd count that as online.
Yeah, it's weird. But
You're
for this
up.
whole situation, I mean, since I work from home and I kind of advocate for that, even though it takes a certain personality type to successfully do work from home. If you're easily distracted like I am, it takes a bit more work, but I've managed to do it. There's possibly some good things that can come out of this whole situation, like more appreciation for how the internet has advanced and what it allows us to do, and how much stress you could take out of life by removing a commute for students. And students don't even need to be at school for 8 hours a day.
And you
It's
can also
insane.
think of it like, fellow love for our fellow man.
Yeah,
We like
there's some good stuff coming out.
It's
And
important to be around each other. Spread some
Yeah.
love. Some good
Well,
cheer.
spread love, not virus.
No virus spreading. 6 feet
Be
away,
careful
please.
there. But I mean, hopefully this little waffle cast here, me and Ryan haven't even really chatted this entire week, so this is basically just me and him talking on the phone right now.
Yeah.
We'll have more planned stuff whenever things start calming down, and probably even when I eventually go back to Chicago. I think I'm planning on flying back this week, just in case things get quarantined there or shut down a bit more. I would prefer to be there because I've got my PC and a bunch of other stuff.
Might as well
versus-
quarantine with some games.
Yeah, though it's a bit more dangerous of a city, and I've got some pre-existing lung problems, so it's a little more scary for me.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. So hopefully this let you kind of escape for a moment and just relate to us, because we're going maybe not crazy without D&D, but we do sure as hell
Losing it.
miss it. But we're the Dungeon Crawl, and we have social media. Ryan, what are those?
Well, we have a Twitter at Dungeon Crawl Pod. We also have an Instagram, same handle. Please give us a follow. Respond to us. Say stupid stuff. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Whatever people do on Twitter, I want you to do it there. Hit my heart buttons and hit my retweets.
Hit my heart buttons.
Yeah, heart
We
buttons.
do have a Gmail, the dungeoncrawlpod at gmail.com. And I was thinking about this recently. I mean, have we ever done the guy who's done the art for our podcast a shout out before on the
Yeah,
cast?
I'm pretty sure we did when we first started, but you're welcome to give it to him again, especially because I'm
Y-
sure freelance
me-
people are having a tough time.
Give me a second here, because he's a wonderful guy. And if I can open up my email here and find this. His name's, I don't know if I want to give his full name, but that's his handle for all this stuff anyways.
Bruno, yeah.
Yeah, Bruno Nascimento, I believe is how you say his name. And he's the guy, if you're looking at our art on our podcast, the cover art right now, he does some really great stuff. And I've told him whenever we were commissioning our stuff that I really like how clean it is. And faces tend to get messy in commissions, but his are really clear and easy to kind of discern, which in us, you can see that we've got like pretty great poses. And if you've ever seen me or Ryan in person, he did really great on that.
Yeah, check out.
Give him a little look.
Yeah, his Instagram is Bruno_DESN.
There you go. Cool. Give him a check out if you ever feel like doing a commission for something. But yeah,
commissions are open. Awesome. It says.
Oh yeah. So that's us. I've been Braxton.
I've been Ryan, as always.
Thanks for quarantining with us in your head with your headphones or over speaker.
Stay
in
safe,
your house.
guys.
Stay safe.